She was a free spirit, an artist with a camera in hand and a heart full of dreams. Sania Khan, a talented photographer and popular TikToker, seemed to have it all when she got married. Her social media painted a picture of creativity and joy, but behind the lens was a life marked by broken trust, cultural pressures to uphold the facade of a perfect marriage, and a relentless fight for independence. Stay with me as we uncover the events that led to her tragic demise at just 29 years old, and the powerful lessons her story leaves behind. Sania Khan grew up in Tennessee as a first-generation Pakistani American. Her parents, originally from Pakistan, had moved to the United States, seeking better opportunities for their family. Sania was known for her love of travel and exploration, which initially led her to work as a flight attendant. This job allowed her to experience different cities and cultures, further fueling her creative spirit. However, her true passion lay in photography, a field she pursued for over a decade. She eventually transitioned into being a full-time professional photographer, capturing vibrant portraits, couples, and travel scenes. Sania described herself as someone deeply invested in art and connection, and she used her talent to express stories through visuals. Her family began discussing marriage as she reached adulthood, a common expectation in many South Asian families. She was already involved in a long-distance relationship for the last 5 years with Raheel Ahmed, a man studying to become a doctor. Their relationship seemed promising, with Raheel appearing as a stable and compatible partner. When Sania introduced him and his family to her parents, they were immediately impressed. Raheel seemed like the perfect match. It wasn't long before the wedding date was set. Their marriage was celebrated with the grandeur of a traditional Pakistani wedding, a spectacle of vibrant culture and joy. Yet behind the festivities and symbolism of blending cultural values with personal aspirations, the union marked the beginning of unforeseen challenges for Sania. After her marriage, Sania moved to Chicago to start a new chapter with Raheel. Initially, she hoped this would be the beginning of a fulfilling partnership. However, cracks soon began to appear in their relationship. Raheel, who had lied about his age during their courtship, proved to be a far cry from the supportive and stable partner Sania had envisioned. This dishonesty eroded trust early in the marriage and planted seeds of doubt in her mind. Not long after their marriage, Sania Khan began to notice alarming changes in Raheel's behavior. What initially appeared to be care and concern gradually morphed into possessiveness. Raheel became obsessed with controlling every aspect of Sania's life. He wanted to know who her friends were, the type of clients she worked with in her photography business, and where she spent her time. His constant need for information felt suffocating, but Sania brushed it off, attributing his behavior to the stress of their new life together and the fact that he was unemployed. With Sania being the sole breadwinner, she empathized with Raheel's frustration and insecurities. In an effort to keep the peace, she began making adjustments to her own life, hoping that it would ease the tension. She started changing the way she dressed, opting for outfits she thought would please Raheel. She cut back on spending time with her friends, retreating from the social life that had once been a source of joy and inspiration. On December 7, 2021, 6 months into their marriage, a frantic 911 call was made from Sania and Raheel's 28th floor apartment. What unfolded inside was a chilling scene that left everyone shaken. Visiting at the time were Sania's mother, Sania Khan, and Raheel's mother. In a moment of emotional turmoil, Raheel attempted to jump out of the apartment window, pulling Sania with him in a desperate act. Chaos erupted as Sania and Raheel's mother fought to save him, using all their strength to pull him back inside. They succeeded, but not without injury. Raheel's mother was hurt during the struggle. The footage you're about to see, captured by police body cameras upon their arrival, sheds light on this harrowing moment.
None of this is real. None of this is real. Nothing will make sense. Nothing will make sense. Nothing will make sense. Nothing will make sense.
Before we go any further, I have a simple request. These video takes quite a lot of effort and time. From collecting information to script writing to editing, all I am asking in return from you is to like this video and subscribe to our channel. It will encourage me to keep bringing stories like this for you. Now let's get back. It serves as a stark reminder of the severe mental health challenges Raheel was grappling with, a struggle that had increasingly dominated their turbulent relationship. Over time, Sania found herself becoming a shadow of the person she once was. Known for her bold and outgoing personality, she began to dim her light to avoid conflict. She started to share less about her life on social media, a platform she had once loved for connecting with her audience and showcasing her creative work. Slowly but surely, she stopped expressing her true self, fearing Raheel's reaction to her independence. Despite these sacrifices, Sania found little peace in her marriage. She was emotionally drained, caught in a constant battle to manage Raheel's demands while dealing with the weight of her own unhappiness. It was a toxic combination. Raheel's mental health struggles became another significant challenge. His refusal to acknowledge or seek help for his emotional instability created an oppressive atmosphere in their home. Sania found herself dealing with his unpredictable moods, which often left her feeling isolated and emotionally drained. Instead of being a source of comfort and support, their relationship became a source of stress and pain. It came to a point where she started to fear for her life. Adding to her internal struggle was the immense cultural and familial pressure she faced. In South Asian communities, marriage is not just a union between two individuals. It is often seen as a sacred duty tied to family honor. Divorce is heavily stigmatized, particularly for women who are expected to endure hardships to keep the family together. Sania, who had grown up witnessing her parents' divorce, was deeply affected by the experience. She didn't want to repeat history or feel like she was failing in the same way. Over time, this imbalance wore her down, and she began to see that she could not fix the relationship on her own. Yet the thought of divorce, considered a taboo in her culture, felt like an insurmountable challenge. Sania Khan found solace in confiding her struggles to her close friends. Sharing the weight of her unhappiness, cultural expectations, and the emotional abuse she endured, they became her support system, encouraging her to take charge of her future. With their support, Sania took a brave step and filed for divorce, despite the challenges it posed both personally and culturally. While Raheel initially signed the divorce papers, it became clear that he was unwilling to let go. His mental health struggles seemed to worsen during this period, leading him to stalk Sania persistently. He would call her incessantly, and on some nights he would even sneak into her home uninvited, violating her sense of safety. Recognizing the gravity of the situation, Sania took decisive measures to protect herself. She obtained a restraining order, changed her locks, and distanced herself from Raheel as much as possible. Amidst these personal battles, Sania found a new voice through social media. On TikTok, she began sharing her journey of breaking free from an emotionally abusive marriage and the societal stigma surrounding divorce, especially within the South Asian community. Her candidness resonated deeply with many, garnering her significant support and a growing following, particularly among South Asian women who related to her struggles. However, Sania's public celebration of her newfound freedom also drew criticism. Some members of her family, as well as Raheel's, viewed her openness as an attempt to defame him and their family. They accused her of exploiting her divorce for clout, deepening the already strained dynamics. Furthermore, in cultures where mental health is often stigmatized, Raheel's struggles may have been viewed as a family embarrassment rather than a serious issue needing support and treatment. Raheel had moved to Alpharetta, Georgia, over 700 miles away, but Sania's growing presence on social media meant she was always within his reach. This dynamic brings to light a crucial issue in our digital age: social media boundaries. How much sharing is too much? While Sania's intention was to empower and connect with others, the transparency also opened her life to judgment, backlash, and possibly unwanted attention from Raheel. While Sania's posts empowered many, they also highlighted the need for mindfulness when navigating personal narratives in a public space. The combination of Raheel's unresolved mental health issues and her increasing online presence became a volatile mix that foreshadowed the tragedy to come. Sania Khan had been excited to begin a new chapter of her life, planning to move back to Chattanooga, Tennessee, the town she grew up in. She had even asked a friend to move in with her, symbolizing her fresh start. It was a time of optimism for Sania, who was finally feeling free from the struggles of her past. However, this sense of hope would soon be tragically cut short. Raheel Ahmed, on the other hand, had not fully accepted the end of their relationship. Although it had been 5 months since the divorce was finalized, Raheel remained optimistic, convinced he could reconcile with Sania. That hope and determination led him to travel 700 miles from Alpharetta, Georgia, to Chicago. Raheel hired a real estate agent, looking for an apartment. After viewing several apartments with the agent, he told her he was heading to meet some friends. Raheel's family, meanwhile, grew worried. He was gone for hours and they couldn't reach him on the phone either. His uncharacteristic silence and sudden absence prompted them to contact the Alpharetta police and file a missing person report. Raheel's family suspected he might have gone to patch things up with Sania, so they relay that suspicions to the police. Upon learning this, the Alpharetta police contacted the Chicago Police Department to perform a welfare check at Sania's apartment. When police officers arrived at the apartment, they knocked on the door but didn't receive any response. Moments later, they heard a gunshot followed by a groan. They forced their way into the apartment. Guns drawn, they cautiously walked in, where they discovered Sania's lifeless body, the door. She was shot from behind. Raheel was found in the bedroom, bleeding with a gun in his hand. There was also a note laid close to him. The police called for ambulance, but Raheel died on the way to the hospital. It turned out that hiring a real estate agent was just a front for Raheel to gain access to Sania's building, as she had a restraining order against him, and she also had passed on that information to the building security to make sure Raheel had no way to enter in her building. If the building's security had checked his ID, they would have realized he wasn't allowed on the premises. Sania could have moved in with her friend as planned, and might still be capturing someone's wedding through her camera today. The heartbreaking story of Sania Khan sheds light on the devastating impact of domestic abuse, the stigma surrounding divorce, untreated mental health issues, and the risks of social media oversharing. Sania's struggle to escape an abusive marriage highlights the cultural and societal pressures many women face in silence, while Raheel's untreated mental health challenges show the critical need for greater awareness and support systems. Social media, though empowering for Sania to share her story, blurred boundaries and may have intensified tensions. Her story is a powerful reminder of the importance of addressing these interconnected issues to prevent similar tragedies in the future. May she rest in peace. That is it for today. Thank you for watching. Please share your thought in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Also, check out our other videos. Until next time, take care of yourself.